Israeli tanks seen rolling into the occupied West Bank. This is a big deal. This is as the IDF is intensifying its crackdown on the Palestinian territory. It comes as Israel says it's delaying the release of about 600 Palestinian prisoners, throwing the future of the fragile Gaza ceasefire deal into doubt. It was meant to be the largest one-day prisoner release in the first phase of the deal, but in a late-night decision, Israel announcing it will keep the prisoners until, quote, the humiliating ceremonies stop and the release of the next hostages can be assured. Well, among them is Edan Alexander, the last living American hostage in Gaza. Edon was born in Israel just a few months before his parents moved to the United States. And after graduating from high school, he decided to enlist into the Israeli military. Edon was patrolling near Gaza on October the 7th when he was taken hostage by Hamas. He's been now in captivity for 16 months. Joining us now to talk more is Edon's father, Edan Alexander. Adi, thanks so much for being with us. I've interviewed you before. Your strength is just incredible. And looking over your shoulder, bring him home now. He was 19 when he was taken captive, then turned 20. Now he's 21 years old. What do you miss most right now?
Just to see him in the morning, walking down the stairs to the living room and taking his car for the ride. Just the little things. We missed him so much, and hopefully, as you mentioned, this ceasefire is really fragile and the deal is not perfect, but hopefully it will hold.
Gosh, yeah, I can imagine it's just the little things. I have two small children, and I never understood the love of a parent. You know, I just love the way my children smell. So I can imagine how hard it is not seeing him in the morning. What do you know about his condition and his whereabouts?
Other than the last video that Hamas released on Thanksgiving's weekend, we don't have any additional information, but he's there. We know he's alive and is waiting to be to get out.
What do you think about Israel's decision to delay the release of the Palestinian prisoners? We've seen these anti-government protests and people holding signs, 63 more, bring them home, don't blow the deal. What are your thoughts?
I mean, listen, this deal, everybody needs to be kept accountable by our mediators, by Steve Witkoff and President Trump, and kind of kept on a short leash. Hopefully this bump will be resolved and we will see more releases in the near future.
Well, I understand there's been quite a push from family members like yourselves of these hostages, those that have been released and those that are still being held, because folks are believing time is running out as we wrap up the first phase of the ceasefire. Earlier on News Nation, Aviva Siegel, who was a hostage herself, and her husband Keith was just recently released. Here's what she told our morning anchor today. Let's take a listen.
Get them out now. Don't even think of doing any problems, because we need them back now. We need them back alive, and we need all the families to feel what I feel when Keith came home. I feel like a different person. I was just so worried about Keith all the time. Nobody deserves to go through what I went through.
Just amazing that they've been able to be reunited. Adi, what do you think? What's your message for Israeli leaders about prioritizing the release of the remaining hostages?
I'll just tell to our leaders, to the Israeli leaders, to our leaders in America, that I really don't care if those hostages being paraded, or if there are any ceremony. I don't care about ceremonies. I don't mind if he gets out through and being paraded through the ceremony. I want them home. It doesn't matter right now if they're being paraded. We know what we are dealing with. It's a tough opponent, and we have to deal with it.
Yeah, look, it is sick putting military uniforms on them, forcing them to smile and wave and act like they've been treated okay, and doing all sorts of horrific things to them mentally, but they've been dealing with so much since October 7th, a year and some change ago. And we just hope that Edon and the others can come home. And we thank you so much for your strength. Before we go, if Edon could hear you right now, what would you say to him?
We are really close. Stay strong, my boy, and you will be out really soon.
Amazing. Well, we hope that day is sooner rather than later. Adi, thank you.
Thank you.
Best wishes to you. Prayers to you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.